Tuesday, as promised, saw a wave of announcements to set the ball rolling on balancing the deficit. In a televised address, the Economy Minister, Luis Caputo, announced the beginning of his shock therapy that he intends to apply to the country. So what was good and what was bad? You've probably heard of Ñoquis. Ñoquis are a kind of pasta made from potatoes, and they're very cheap. There's a tradition in Argentina to eat Ñoquis at the end of the month when nobody's got any money left. You see Ñoquis advertised in restaurants on the 29th and people eat them in their home. The tradition is to put some kind of bill, like 1,000 pesos or a $10 bill if you have one, underneath the bowl while you eat to bring you good fortune. You only really see Ñoquis at the end of the month, which is sad because they're delicious. In Argentina, there's another kind of gnocchi. A common practice during the years of the Kirchner government, and maybe before, was to put friends and family members on the government payroll. These consisted of invented job titles and non-jobs and led to bloated government ministries that served no real purpose. These fantasy employees are known as ñoquis because they only appear at the end of the month to collect their pay. "There's no money" is becoming a kind of catchphrase for President Milei and his government, and it's going to give him a good excuse to make harsh spending cuts. And at the top of the list is cutting back on the number of ñoquis. As you can imagine, all these ñoquis have made the deficit very fat and bloated indeed. Caputo announced the non-renewal of state employee contracts and the closure of half the ministries. Now, this is going to make quite a lot of people not very happy, but those people were people who would never have voted for Milei or his government anyway, so why should he care? It should be pointed out that ñoquis are not the really poor and needy. Ñoquis are the friends and family members of former government administrations. Caputo also announced that he would actually be increasing things like child benefit and aid to the really poor. On the surface, this seems good, but right-wing governments have a habit of sugarcoating their more harsh policies, so we'll see how this plays out. During times of austerity, it's very often that the poor bear the real brunt. As everyone had expected, there was a currency devaluation, 54%, the biggest since 2002. The president had said this was coming, but nobody knew how big it was going to be. Astute players of the inflation game who bought things on credit with interest-free payments will see this all as a big win. I'm a little sad about the removal of subsidies from things like energy and public transport. I'd really enjoyed my low electricity bills, and I'm a big fan of public transport, and I think removing the subsidies is a big mistake and will lead to many unforeseen consequences. A full list of the financial measures that Caputo announced can be found in the description below. "There's no money" may be the current government mantra, but some in the press have questioned the accuracy of some of the things that Milei said in his inaugural speech. They say that maybe he exaggerated some of the numbers about the state that the country was in, and not just the economic figures, but things like the number of people that died of COVID or the level of crime in the country. If this is true, this could be Milei preparing the way for the future failings of his own government. I'll leave a link to one of these articles in the description below. So what do you think about these first announcements? What do you like and what do you hate? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this, just go to the channel page. But until next time, adios.